talking Razorback pride through the smokes and the fog, from the hill to the field where the red runs deep. Big soy in the crowd, hear the thunderous sleep. Basketball courts, football lights on blast. Diamond Hawks swinging, putting legends in the past. It's the natural state where the fans go hard. Arkansas forever, this the Razorback yard. It's the Razorback yard. It's the High on the Hole podcast.
Alrighty, welcome back to High on the Hog. I'm your host, Sar Dillinger, alongside my dad, co-host John Dillinger. Got another one for you today. Want to say sorry. I know we was almost perfect on the season, and we didn't film an instant reaction to the Auburn game. I'm sure most people's probably like, well, why would you?
Yeah.
Because of what happened, but they were out of town.
Saturday we were out of sorts. Took the grandkids to the pumpkin patch.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to watch pretty much the first half, and we were out there in the country and wasn't getting a good signal. I'd walk around with my phone in the air to try to get a update. It looked good. I'm like, we're going to win this game. We're up 21-10 at halftime.
Yep.
We're rolling, And then all of a sudden, the wheels fall off.
Seems like a tradition.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Seems like a tradition.
It's happened over and over again throughout the Razorback history. This looked like kind of a letting go of the ropes type of game to me. I hope that's not the case. But I don't know. Maybe. Do we want to break down this game? You want to go ahead and kind of talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, I made the unfortunate decision to not go to the pumpkin patch game. I stayed home to watch the football game, and I'll be honest, I was real drowsy, especially after that first half. I just fell asleep through some of it, watched some of it. I guess we'll go ahead and break that game down real quick.
Yeah, let's talk about it, and then we'll talk about some other stuff before we get into this MSU game. But so the defense played better.
Yes, absolutely. This was by far and away the defense's best game of the season.
To hold them to 6 field goals was impressive. Auburn's kicker had missed 2 easy field goals, and then he's perfect against us.
Yep.
And that's just kind of par for the course. Razorbacks, again, backup quarterback comes in.
Plays way
lights
better.
Us up.
Yep.
Plays lights out. Almost perfect passing. It's just the curse of Arkansas. I've seen that happen so many times throughout the years. I hate to see a backup quarterback. I want to see. I don't care if their guy is a stud. Let's play their stud. Anytime we have better
every time.
Shot of beating the main guy, the backup comes in, he's going to light up the Razorbacks.
It's a curse that we've gotten so far.
But we called that. Now,
yeah.
I think Deuce.
We thought Deuce would have been the guy.
Deuce may be gone.
I seen that he's taking everything off social media.
He didn't make an entrance in the game. I think he was on the sideline and dressed out. But when I say gone, I don't mean actually officially off the team. I just think he's probably not going to play and is going to be in that portal.
Well, come on over. Come on over. We'll take you tomorrow, Duke Deuce. You come play for the Razorbacks. No, we got our guy. I'd like him. I'd take him tomorrow, but
talented guy.
We've already said that we've got our guy. Assuming, the coaching staff stays, but you never know.
You never know what's going to happen. We could wind up with Kane Archer and the Lindsey kid.
I'm all for Kane Archer. I've seen enough of that kid. I've seen him in interviews. I've seen his gameplay. I've seen how he watches the field. Kane Archer is going to be a really good football player, and if he comes and plays for the Razorbacks, I think he's going to be an elite football player. He's broken national, not just state and local records. He's broken national high school records. Gatorade Player of the Year. He scored like 6 to 9 touchdowns in one game. He's lights out.
Yeah. No, I hope whoever the next coach is will show that kid some love and try to get him on board. I mean, I'm a big proponent of getting the in-state kids that can play. If they can play Division I football, they need to be Razorbacks.
Absolutely, because there's not many of them.
Looked like we saved Hugh Freeze for at least the time being.
I bet Auburn fans are probably pretty mad at us.
I'll be honest with you. I hope he's able to stay their coach.
Yeah.
Because, I think whoever they get to replace him would probably be a lot better. It was not that their offense did a great job. Our defense did a good job of restricting them. It was just that our offense, who
did a great job.
Yeah, who had been the
number 4 in the country,
the catalyst for this team this season. Taylor was awful. He was like every game. There's spurts of
looking at it, if you take those interceptions out, he threw almost 300 yards. He had a better quarterback rating than everybody in the game. He had a much higher average yard. He threw a touchdown. He
didn't run.
Golly,
and when he don't run, we don't play well.
Yeah.
And then just throwing interception after interception.
That
fourth quarter was the worst thing I'd ever seen.
Four drives, 4 turnovers. Yeah. I've never seen that in the history of my life.
It looked like
it was Let me. I think you can find
the Keystone Cops
right here. I think it was a interception and then a fumble from Omega Blake, which does not happen, and then 2 more back-to-back interceptions. I mean, it was outlandish what our offense decided to do there at the end of the game, and it's really hard. It's a hard pill to swallow because Arkansas, let me say this, has the most fair weather fans in the world, and I'm not saying that you're as egregious as them, but our offense had a bad game. I'm not here to try to save that. They had a bad game. They had a horrible second half. I mean, it was abysmal, but our offense was number 4 in the country. It was number 1 in the SEC. It's still the number 7 offense in the country. You've got a bad game. You had a bad game, and you had a bad game against Notre Dame, a bad game against Memphis. But
here's the problem: Arkansas has a way of playing right under the level
every
of
time.
Whoever they're playing.
Every time.
If they're playing the number 1 team in the nation, they're going to play right. They're going to play like
it's going to be a 3-point game.
But if they play the 112th team in the nation, they're going to play like the 113th team.
Every time. It's amazing to see.
It's mind-boggling. What do you do? I don't know.
Yeah. So,
I don't really have – we couldn't – here's the thing. We couldn't run the ball, and we just kept trying to run the ball.
I wasn't – again, I didn't watch this whole game. I really did. I fell asleep for probably 75% of this game. But just looking at the stats, 63 yards rushing and only 1 touchdown. Yeah. That's crazy. Not even 100 yards is insane. And 12 attempts from Mike Washington, 7 from Talon.
Of our 3 and outs was where we tried to force runs and they just was shutting us down and we couldn't.
I understand that we're a passing team and Bobby Petrino's a passing coach.
Well, he didn't
obviously, because we had about 300 yards. That's not bad. 300 yards passing is good.
Because
this is not the best defense in the SEC. We should have played way better. There's no doubt about it. But, again, it's not a horrible day passing if you take those interceptions away, but you threw 3 interceptions, and you didn't run at all. You have to have a balance. If you're going to throw 3 interceptions, we didn't
run it all, but we tried.
Run a whole lot better.
We were running the ball when we shouldn't.
Well, only 23 attempts.
I know, but we should have had like 12. Literally, they were stopping every run, and they couldn't stop the pass. And it was almost like the week before when we were playing Texas A&M when they, and Auburn, actually Auburn was doing it too. They could just run the ball at will, and they kept throwing the ball. Mm-hmm. They should have run the ball every play, and we should have threw the ball every play. No joke. we should have looked like Mike Leach's air raid offense in that game because
Looked like
we
Texas
could
Tech.
not run the ball, but they couldn't stop the pass.
Yeah.
And for some reason, we kept wanting to run the ball, and for some reason, Hugh Freeze kept wanting to throw the ball. It was almost like two teams like, no, we're going to lose. No, we're going to lose. You know?
Well, these are the two teams who do that the most.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
But of
obviously
course,
Arkansas a whole
was
lot
the one
more.
that wanted it worse.
Yeah.
So, all right, I don't have nothing else to say about that.
I mean, yeah,
game,
just looking
So let me
through,
ask you-
looking through again. You know, Talon had a
I'll say this: Rohan Jones, I think, is the best player on our team, or at least one of them.
three.
He looked
Oh wow,
great.
3 receptions,
No,
127
yeah, you need to go
yards,
back and look at his
42 average.
Yeah.
Didn't catch a touchdown, but he's played great this whole
But
season.
only 3 balls.
Omega
We need to
Blake's
get
played great
him-
this whole season. Raylan Sharp. We have a really good passing offense.
Well, Rohan. I don't
Other
know how
than
to
3
say it right,
interceptions.
but and I know it's hard to get a tight end 10 looks a game, but he needs it.
mm-hmm.
He needs it. I think he's better. He's the best tight end we've had.
He's a Trey McBride type player.
Man, I'm trying to think. Arkansas tight
Hey, a
end.
Tucker Kraft type player.
I mean,
Hunter
he may
Henry.
be more dynamic than DJ Williams. I mean, DJ was great. DJ was sure-handed. DJ was a good blocking tight end, but he didn't have the speed. Rohan, man, he's the fastest tight end I may have ever seen in an Arkansas uniform.
He's really good. Do we
and
know
we've
what?
had some good ones. You know, you go
Is
back.
he a senior or junior? What we got going on here? He's a senior, so this is it.
Well, he's putting some good NFL tape.
What is PQ?
That's
Montreal?
Montreal, Quebec, the Providence
of Quebec.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Canadian.
Yep. So, yeah, he's dynamic, man. He's so fast. He's elusive. You know, he's got a tight end's body, but he's got the speed of a wide receiver, and he's got the hands of a great wide receiver. I'm high on Rohan Jones. So, but other than that, nobody really impressed me last Saturday.
I'll say this for the defense. Connie Walker, after he looked like he died, he has been playing really well. He's caught quite a few interceptions since then. I think he's having. I think he's starting to come out and be a really good player for us.
He either takes off plays or he gets exposed. You know, he'll make a great play and then he'll have a really bad play. So
Yeah.
he just needs to get his consistency up. He has played much better. Linebackers, you know, was recording stats and looking good, but and the defense did play better, but it's still sometimes they just looked atrocious. But and it's almost like this: they looked horrible until Auburn got inside the 20, and it's then like they're like, no, we're going to buckle down and hold you on third down and force you to kick a field goal. And Hugh Freeze was smart enough, I felt like, to kick all those field goals. I think we would have been going for them. We'd have been short 3 points at the end of the game.
Would have been, yeah.
And they weren't. So
not much else to say about that game.
So
I'd like to wash that one out and forget it.
You know, as far as coaching, you know, Carousel goes, I said it Saturday before anybody else's podcast come on. I know we didn't do our reaction, so can't prove it other than you know I said it. I'm afraid that might have been the end of the rope for Bobby, unless he can pull out like 3 or 4 out of these last few games.
Well, before we get into that, because we got a lot to say about the coaching carousel.
Okay.
I do want to say congrats to the Lady Razorbacks. They won their 5th SEC title in the last 7 years for women's soccer. Shout out to the gals kicking the ball around. 5 out of 7 is not too bad.
Yep.
I like to see that.
They're
Basketball
good.
team
Basketball
looks
team
really
looks
good.
Now, I'll say this. Everybody needs to be prepared because Calipari's teams, they usually start out on fire. Then they'll hit a lull.
I'd say the opposite.
Kind of.
Well, yeah,
no,
I agree. I agree with you on that. Yeah,
we'll beat somebody in the preseason.
Yeah,
Kansas.
yeah,
or
that's
North
absolutely.
Carolina.
But middle of the season, it's
Yeah.
not until the end.
Well, you know, what they do is usually the first few games of SEC, like last year, we were 0-5.
Yeah.
And everybody was freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but what he does is he only plays like 9 players.
Yeah.
If somebody gets hurt, all of a sudden you're down to 8,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not gonna be able to compete with only like 7 healthy guys in the SEC. Non-conference, preseason, yeah, you can beat these teams, and everybody's healthy. So I'm not gonna freak out. I didn't last year. I was about to at 0-5. I was about to, but if this team hits a little lull, somebody gets hurt, because even though we've got probably a deeper team than we did last year, he's still only going to have about 9 guys in that rotation. And really he only wants to really play like 7.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's got a deep team this year.
Yeah,
at 9 solid.
We look really
gonna
good.
Be in the lineup.
Yep.
So, I mean, we may not go 32-0 or nothing like that, but I think this is a good basketball team, and I look for them to make a deep run in the tournament.
I'm excited for
look
this.
Fantastic.
I'm excited for this. I'm talking about every time Trayvon Brazile and I think it's one of the Malik boys, either Thomas or Ewan. Every time they lock eyes, it's like they immediately throw it to the goal and the other one's slamming it in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's alley-oop after alley-oop.
This is an athletic team. They're a hard, defensive playing team. They run the ball. They dive. Billy Richmond is looking like
he's going to be elite on defense.
Yeah,
he's good offensive player, but he's elite on
he's
defense.
A showstopper. I mean, they're deep. Wagner,
Malik Thomas is
Knox,
the truth. I mean, he scored like 25 points.
Both the Maliks. I mean, this is just So I'm excited about Razorback basketball.
Me too.
And I love John Calipari.
Big fan. Always been a big fan of him. My whole life I've loved John Calipari.
Doesn't he look good with that Razorback on his chest?
A whole lot better than he did with that ugly UK looking like he's from England or some stupid crap. But yeah, so I mean, against Cincinnati, they had a really strong performance against Memphis. It looked rough in the start. Memphis came out hot on fire.
They were.
They looked like they were about to put us through our own 40 minutes of hell back in the day on that defense. They was relentless.
For them to be down 14 and then win that game by what? They win it by 25?
Yeah, 99-75.
So that's a 39-point swing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Against a team that good. And let me tell you
Memphis
something.
is a good basketball team.
They may not win 75% of their games. I don't know. But they're a good team.
Absolutely.
They're a good team.
They play like an SEC team. Their defense especially. They play on top of you and super.
Their coach, and he was a tough guy.
You said who?
Anthony Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway.
Well, I mean, his name's Anthony. Penny's his nickname.
Had no idea his name was. I was like, who's Anthony Hardaway? You just lying. That's Penny Hardaway, legendary NBA player. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. I'll say this. It's going to be an exciting season to watch, but Arkansas plays the best of the best. This is insane that I saw this statistic. Arkansas plays every single 8 teams, or all 8 teams from the Elite 8 this past season.
Wow.
All Elite 8 opponents from our conference and non-conference. We play Michigan State. We play all of the Elite 8. I ain't going to be able to remember them, but
John Calipari
loves hard games.
Said in his press conference, he don't know why everybody don't do that. He said it makes your team better. He said like playing Cincinnati, playing Memphis, this is what makes you good. Playing candy, cotton candy teams, that ain't going to help you.
Yeah. Southeastern Methodist of Central Toyota. It's not going to help.
They don't show you. All it is a glorified scrimmage.
Absolutely.
And he schedules tough opponents. And
but all 8 from the Elite 8 is insane.
But, I mean, who knew that was going to be the 8 teams?
Yeah. It's going to be exciting to watch, though. I think Cal and the boys, they seem like they're ready for it when the time comes. Is there anything else we want to get into before we got the coaching carousel coming up?
No, I don't think so. How do you want to get into it?
Go ahead. You do the coaching carousel. The only thing I have for is my opinion on Bobby P.
You beat me on a prediction because last week I asked over under, one, how many coaches is Bobby Petrino going to get fired? Well, we thought Gus – I keep saying Gus – we thought Hugh Freeze was going to be victim number 1. That didn't happen. And then we talked about Brian Kelly. And you said he may not make it to the Razorback game, and I said, "Oh no, they're still doing good. They've got a lot of No, Brian Kelly isn't gonna make it to the Razorback game.
That is crazy. That's one of the craziest fires I'll ever witness. And I understand.
You got a picture of O'Brien?
I got a picture of Brian right here. We always ready for Brian
There
Kelly.
you go. Look at him. Mouth open, look like a fly's fits a fly into it.
Let me pull this up. Let me see Brian Kelly's record at LSU.
Now this is crazy.
Because when I seen this, it blew my mind. Brian Kelly is 34-14 with a 19-10 record in SEC play. That's not that great, but 34-14. He went 10-2, 9-4, or excuse me, he went 10-4, 10-3, 9-4, and he's 5-3 right now.
All right, let me tell you why he got fired.
He doesn't fit.
The 3 previous head coaches were Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Better record.
Yep.
Won the SEC.
Les
won a
Miles.
national championship. Les Miles. Better record.
Yep.
Won the SEC. Won a national championship.
Urban Meyer.
No. Ed Orgeron.
Oh, yeah.
Better record. Best record of all of them, in fact.
Crazy.
Single-digit losses.
Yep.
Ed Orgeron only
Yep.
had 9 total losses.
That's wild. Got
he
fired.
was like 39-9 or something like
Yeah.
that. Won the SEC.
Won a national championship.
Brian Kelly had the worst record of all 4 of them.
Urban Meyer didn't coach LSU. He's Florida.
Yeah,
Excuse
0
me.
SEC championships.
Don't know what I'm talking
0 national championships. And then what you said, he is a weird guy.
I
He's
mean,
a Yankee. He don't fit in Louisiana.
It's like putting beans
Remember
on
his-
toast.
Remember his?
It just doesn't. It's not right.
He's from England. Remember his? It wasn't his press conference, but it was at a basketball game when they announced him, and he started trying to talk in a southern accent.
He
like
did
like an
he did what
insane
he did
person.
what Kamala does. He was code switching.
Yes.
That's what he was doing. He was
Yeah.
code switching.
Whatever crowd you're talking to, you're gonna it's like me when I'm trying to order food at the Mexican restaurant. All of a sudden,
I get so uncomfortable eating out with y'all. But no,
what do you want to drink? I want the Coke.
yeah,
I don't mean to do it.
It's
Maybe he
it
didn't
really
mean
is.
to do it, but it was weird.
It's just natural. It's just
And-
natural.
And now here's what I'll say. I think Brian Kelly's a great football coach.
It's crazy that
I mean,
I understand. It's LSU firing good coaches isn't as egregious as if Ole Miss or Auburn was going to fire their head coaches. Because, yes, their past 3 head coaches all won national championships.
well, the fact that he left
But that's crazy
Notre
to me.
Dame to go to LSU, I thought it was a bad move on his part in the first place. But I thought he would win a national championship there. I really did.
Yeah.
Because I do think he's an excellent coach. He's been a great recruiter everywhere he's been. And people that go to LSU, even bad coaches like Les Miles, seem to win national championships there.
Don't talk about the Mad Hatter like that.
So, I thought Brian Kelly would win a natty there. And honestly,
He
if
might
he might
would've.
have.
I
it would
mean,
have been
the
this
man
year.
went 34-14. It's
But-
not like he was terrible.
But he was a bad fit, and LSU, and I'm not going to say they think they're Alabama. They're up there.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
They're a
three of
top-
their last 4 coaches.
They're a
has
top
won the
5,
national
top 10
championship.
program.
Yeah. So, I mean, in LSU, it's when you've got to at least be winning. excuse me, the SEC.
Yeah.
But they really expect in a 5-year span a national championship.
It's hard on a coach, but the fan base, I
And
guarantee
think
they
if would've-
appreciate
If
that.
they would have stuck with him, I think he would have got it done. But
Yeah.
I don't know. There seemed to be.
It's nice to see a
some-
program care that much.
It's
34-14 is worth getting fired there. That means you're serious about your football
Well,
program.
I think he had lost this team too. A lot of his players were kind of glad he was gone from some of
Yeah.
the stuff I'd heard. So. It's basically what happened was the athletic director told him he had to fire his offensive coordinator, and he said, "No, I'm not going to do that." And they said, "Well, you might as well go clean your desk out." So he did. He went and cleaned his desk out, and
yeah,
they
it was
figured
either
out.
that or the O-line coach.
They
or
figured
something.
out. Yeah, it's both,
Yeah.
I think. But they figured out. Okay, we gotta. We've kind of backed ourselves in a corner here. We have to fire him now. I just gave him an ultimatum, and he balked on it because Brian Kelly's not a pushover. You're not going to tell him he has to do this or do that, and he stuck to his guns, and the athletic director stuck to his. They figured out all right, we're going to have to pay this $56 million buyout or whatever it is,
Yeah,
something
54.
like that. And so they said, all right, well, let's do it, you know. And so then they announced it late Sunday night.
Do they have a bye week?
Rumbles, no, not this coming week.
So they was just
I
like,
don't believe. But then the next day they fired that offensive coordinator too.
oh wow,
so,
yeah. I guess Blake Baker's gonna have to do defense and offense.
You know, I'm not sure. They elevated somebody to the OC position. I'm pretty sure.
I bet you it wasn't that online coach.
But yeah, they're.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine them not being in shambles, which is good for Arkansas because we play them in a couple weeks.
Makes you feel a whole lot better.
So maybe Bobby can, you know, if Bobby can get Mississippi State, and then if you can get LSU, then you got to play Texas and Missouri.
Texas is beatable.
Texas is beatable. They tried
their
hardest to lose to Mississippi State.
They did all that they could to lose to Mississippi
and
State.
Mississippi State's like, we will not be out
Absolutely not
by you guys.
Not
we will
happening.
be the biggest loser.
Yeah. So, I mean, the rest of our schedule, looking at the names is daunting, but when you really dive into it, Arkansas could win the rest of these games. Arkansas is not going to win the rest of these games, but we really could. That's what's really unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know that we can beat Missouri, but
Missouri may. Well, I mean, hey.
I mean, they lost to
Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's elite now. So
Vanderbilt is.
And I wanted to touch on that. I didn't write this in my notes or anything, but I watched Mitch Mustaine did a interview. Former Razorback football player. He was number one in the
you're going to say before I say what I'm going to say.
State of Arkansas, and he was talking about how he believes Arkansas can get back to national, notoriety, and how we can get back. And I agree. I agree because one, not just is Ole Miss a top 5, top 10 team in the nation. They are playing elite. They're going to go to the college football playoffs, but Vanderbilt. I mean, a doormat of not just the SEC, but of college football. Vanderbilt has been horrible my entire life. I've never not known them to be an embarrassing football program. And here they are, number 9 in the country. If Vanderbilt can do it and Ole Miss can do it, I have all the faith in the world that Arkansas can get back to a top program, and we're not ever going to be an LSU or an Alabama who's going to every single year be able to compete for the SEC, but we can absolutely make a playoff run, make a SEC appearance every 5 or so years. And so, we got to get the coach right, and I think we got the coach right.
I watched that interview, and I felt like Mitch Mustang sounded like an idiot.
I didn't watch the whole Mustang. I just watched that clip of him talking about it.
I agreed with some of what he said. I didn't agree with the tenor and how he said it.
I didn't watch. I just seen where he was talking about Petrino had it right. How, you've got to think of it as we're not top.
He recruited small, fast guys, and that you can't recruit, big, strong. But Arkansas has always been able to recruit big, strong. I mean, we've had the biggest line in all of football before.
Mm-hmm.
With Dan Skipper and all them guys, they were
Frank
the biggest
Ragnow,
line
Dan Skipper,
John, bigger than any line.
We
in the
always have NFL talent on our line.
We've had stout defenses in the past with cornerbacks like Batman Carroll and safeties like Kenoy Kennedy and guys that would absolutely take your head off. Linebackers like Tony Bua and Sam Olajubutu, which guys that may have been slightly undersized. Mm-hmm. I'll give him that. But
San Francisco 49ers player. I can't think of one of the most.
Steve Atwater.
Famous linebacker. I think he plays for the 49ers, or maybe it was the Broncos.
Is he a recent player?
Kind of. His mom goes to A-State games all the time. I can't think of his name.
I don't know who you're talking about at the moment. I'm sure I know the player.
Yeah. I think he plays for the 49ers, but yeah, he.
Oh, if he's still playing, then
he's still.
He's definitely a recent player to me.
Still active, yeah. But I can't think of his name.
But anyways, Arkansas. He acted like we can't play big boy football. We can play big boy football. We can line up the ball and run it down your throat. Arkansas's always had a great running game. So I don't know what he was talking about. Maybe, I guess skill position wise, try to be fast, try to be speedy. But I don't know. I just didn't appreciate, and I don't like him anyways. He took his ball and left and went to USC and kept saying us and we, and I'm like, we're not Trojans, we're Razorbacks. So that's my view on. Now, I mean, if I'd have been in his shoes,
Dre Greenlaw.
Dre Greenlaw, yeah, he was a dog. I don't know. If I'd have been in Mustang shoes, I might have took my ball and went to USC too, because he was 8-0 as a starter and got put on the bench for seemed like maybe Casey Dick, and Casey Dick went like 2-3, and he was 8-0. But anyways, I just maybe I took it wrong, but I didn't care for how he said what he said, but I do agree that at Arkansas, you can't just go up and go after everybody Alabama, Georgia, and LSU's going after and expect to get them. You do have to be more creative, and I like how Ole Miss does it. Like with Trinidad Chambliss, go get an absolute best players out of Division II that are going to be playing in the NFL. If you can play in the NFL, you can play in the SEC. Yeah. Right?
Absolutely.
I mean, half the starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now didn't play in the SEC. Mm-hmm. They either played in, lower Division I schools, or a bunch of them played at Division II. FCS.
I mean, best quarterback in the country, and certainly the NFL and anywhere else. Josh Allen, he played at Wyoming.
There you go.
I mean, so you don't have to be in the SEC
at North
to
Dakota
be.
State. I don't know, maybe Wentz, or I don't remember who it is. I've just got in the NFL recently, but so I agree that you do have to probably be a little more creative, but they are doing it at Vanderbilt. They are doing. I tell you what, I like Cliff Lee or Clark Lee did. He said, "You know what? We need an offense. Let's go find a really great offense at, maybe a lower tier school that would consider being a step up to come to Vanderbilt, and let's get their offensive coordinator and their quarterback, and I don't know, there might have been a receiver or something, but he hired Nevada's, I think it was Nevada, wherever Pavia.
Yeah, Diego Pavia.
Him and his offensive coordinator, he hired him as a package deal, which you go back, that was kind of Mustang's deal. Yeah. He was kind of a package deal.
He was, him and
Gus Malzahn back in the day. But that's what Clark Lee did. He said, hey, we need a better offense, and he went and hired an offensive coordinator that had a real good quarterback, and he brought him in as a package deal. Maybe we need to do that with a defense. Maybe we need to go say, hey, I like this guy's defense. Let's hire him and see how many of his best defensive players
want to come with him.
Yeah, we can get with him. I think that may be something we need to do, whether it's Bobby or whether it's somebody else. But Brian Kelly's fired. That's I agree. It's kind of wild to be that good and be fired. But he did not perform as well as the three men prior to him. So LSU.
I mean, that's a tough crowd to follow right there.
Yeah, I mean that was a pretty good crowd. But all of those guys. I mean, not all of them. Nick Saban didn't get fired. He went to the Miami Dolphins. But there was some rumblings this week that maybe LSU would go after Nick Saban, and that might be the one job he'd consider going back to.
That's not happening.
I would love for him to come back to college football and coach the Arkansas Razorbacks. But if he don't,
he's not coming back to college football.
And coach, I kind of would like to see him come to LSU just to stick it to Alabama.
I wish he'd come back just to play in the SEC for that reason. LSU would make sense.
I only want him to come back if he's going to come coach the Hogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
Definitely not going to
I
happen.
doubt he comes back anywhere, but
He ain't come back.
I love to gig Alabama, and that would be a super gig job.
Can you imagine him just beating them year after year after year?
Somebody called, and they was listening to the Feinbaum show, and they were like, "Why would he go there? He's got a statue at Alabama, and he's got his name on the field." I'm like, "Well, I mean, they're not going to tear his statue down."
Yeah.
Because he coaches LSU. If they do, they're stupid. The man won more national championships than any coach in history. So that would be funny to me. But Brian Kelly's out. I don't know if he will go after another one of these high-profile jobs that are going to be open. He could. He could be a good fit at Penn State.
I was going to say, he's a Penn State type of guy.
I mean, if I was Penn State, yeah, I would go after Brian Kelly. He was at Cincinnati. One, and he's the one that made. He's one of the ones. I think he is the one that made that such a good job. That Butch Jones followed him, and then I think Luke Fickell. They had 3-4 guys. I think they're still doing okay, ain't they? Cincinnati.
Yeah, they're not terrible.
Went to Notre Dame, won everything but the national championship at Notre Dame, and left while he was still on top, and they were shocked that he left.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think he'd be a good fit at Penn State.
When I seen his name open up and knowing Penn State, immediately I was like, that's where he's going to go. If not, that's not going to make sense. No other coach makes sense that's open right now to go to Penn State because all the open jobs are down here in the South pretty much.
Well, here's what I know. Lane Kiffin's about to be a mega millionaire.
Lane Kiffin, regardless of where he's going to go, is about to be living good. He's going to be eating whatever he wants.
He could have the LSU job if he wants it.
Yep.
He could have the Florida job if he wants it. If Auburn opens up, he could have the Auburn job.
Yep.
I mean, I bet if he told Penn State, he'd take that job. He could have the pick of any job.
He could have the Texas job that's fixing to open up.
Yeah, Sark, his record is not good when you compare it to all the guys before him that they fired.
He's out regardless because he opened up his he's telling his agency to go to NFL teams saying that he's open to it. If you do that, he's looking to leave
without getting fired.
Yes,
I heard something.
If you say, if I am your AD and I hear you're openly looking for other jobs, you're gone.
Job, I mean, you better find one.
You better hope you get
one.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not going to coach my program if you don't want to be here.
No, I agree with that. So yeah, I had heard something about he may be inquiring about I didn't hear that he was inquiring. I just knew that there was talks about him maybe going to the NFL.
Yeah, no, he sent his agency to go find him one.
But I mean, what NFL jobs are open? Right now, none, right?
I don't think so.
So at the end of the year, maybe.
Yeah.
But
is he a good enough coach to go?
Yeah, I mean, has he put a great enough resume to make you think he would be a great NFL coach? I don't know. Usually, if you're not a great college coach, you're better in it. I don't know. It's weird.
I mean, if you're elite in college, you're horrible in the NFL.
But yeah, Lane Kiffin. I mean, Texas, Auburn,
LSU,
Florida, Penn State, anywhere he wants to go, basically, he can go. So
and Ole Miss is trying to get some money.
And I'll be
keep
honest
him.
with you, if I was him, I might just stay at Ole Miss. Make them pay you. Don't take less money to stay there.
Shut
be
up.
like, look. I'm just talking if I was in his shoes. Now,
Yeah.
I don't want him to. I want him to leave the conference.
Yeah. I want him to stay in the conference. I want him to come to the Razorbacks.
Well, yeah.
But
I would make, if I was going to stay there, I'd make them pay me. But here's the thing. Why go to LSU
I'm with you.
or Florida when you're doing better job? Ole Miss is above both of those schools right now. They're way above Auburn right now. And you don't have that pressure of going 39-14 and getting fired.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ole Miss, I mean,
they're not expecting the national championship.
They ought to lick the mud off his boots every time he walks in. They're the trash program, garbage university.
When you and this isn't. I mean, it's a little bit biased, but when you look at the rankings for everything, it's Mississippi State, Kentucky. It's Mississippi. It's Vanderbilt. We're not counting this year. It's Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, Kentucky, Missouri, Ole Miss. They're the bottom of the conference in everything. Mississippi is one of the worst states in the country. They are stupid. They're not educated.
Dumbest.
They're poor. Ole Miss is the. I looked at it the other day. I believe it's Mississippi State and then Vanderbilt. and then Mississippi, and then Kentucky, and then Missouri for the poorest SEC programs. They don't have money. They've got old lawyers, and there's only so many of them. Ole Miss does not have the money to keep Lane Kiffin in.
All right.
They will have to band together everyone who's ever been an alumnus, all of them get together and sell their houses and live in a less of a nice house.
Let me give you a depressing stat.
And then give it to him.
You ready
to
for
keep
this?
him here in Ole Miss.
You ready for this?
Yeah. I know they raised like $1 billion or something stupid, but
the team with the least amount of SEC victories since 2012 is Vanderbilt. As of this week.
Somebody else take their place?
If they win next week, Arkansas is the last place team in SEC victories since 2012. 2012, by the way, the year Bobby Petrino took that ride that Josh Pate said marveled the ride of Paul Revere on that motorcycle. So, I mean, since Bobby burnt the program down, we are, and there's no doubt we're going to end this season in that spot.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt's going to win more games.
No doubt.
And we probably won't, maybe one or two, but they're going to win more. They're going to end the
What about
season
Kentucky?
ahead of us. Nope.
Kentucky?
Yeah, they're ahead of us.
They ain't won nothing.
They've won more SEC games than us and Vanderbilt.
So it's conference opponents, not overall?
Yes, SEC.
I mean, golly. I mean, yeah, we had Chad Morris. That really hurt us.
Bilma
didn't do great, but Chad Morris really,
killed us. Yeah.
If he had
Sam
14
didn't have-
conference games, he
Sam
lost
didn't have a
14.
good
So, yeah.
SEC record. So,
No, actually, no, you're wrong. We have to lose 2 more because we beat Auburn in 2020.
well,
We got to lose 2 more.
to the SEC records. So, yeah. Man, Coach at Carousel is getting crazy, but
It's only
I
going
asked
to
you a
get
while ago,
even more wild.
You know, so that kind of leads me into that question. Does Bobby deserve a chance at this job? He's 0-3. Might wind up being 0-6. The offense doesn't seem to be getting better. They seem to be easy to figure out. It seems that everybody we play, the defensive coordinator, by halftime figures out how to shut us down. And actually, Auburn had us, not Auburn, but A&M kind of, well, no.
No, we played
I'll
really
back
good
up on
against
that.
A&M.
Everybody seems to figure us out by halftime and come out and
We played better in the second half against A&M than we did the first.
Yeah, them, but not Auburn and not
No.
the two Tennessee. You know, was it Tennessee? We only scored. No, who did we play right after Tennessee?
Tennessee was A&M after. Because we
Well,
had
I
the
know
bye
there was
week, and
one-
then we had Tennessee.
We
and
only scored 3 points in the second half. But anyways, does Bobby
yeah, Tennessee,
deserve a shot at this?
You want my opinion? You
2 weeks ago, we was high on Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know now. Go ahead.
Well, one of us still is. I've got some statistics and I've got some talking points.
Let me hear them.
For my man Bobby
Tommy back
Petrino.
into Bobby.
All right.
Get me back on the back of that Harley with Bobby.
Bobby deserves the job. Still,
right.
to this day. Since taking over after the Notre Dame game, one bad game does not determine your future. I know he had a rough second half against Tennessee, but he had a really good second half against A&M, all right? Let me say some things, okay? Our offense is still ranked number 7 in the country, even after its bad game.
Sliding fast.
The defense had a good game, so obviously he can improve the defense. Although it needs to be much, much better, it's elite if you compare it to before he took over. So everybody who's
you just didn't say our defense was elite in any
in comparison to before he took over,
imagination.
our defense is Alabama right now
That's
when you
wild.
compare it to how it played against Notre Dame.
They're still atrocious.
They're atrocious. I just said that.
They're hot garbage.
But he improved it. No doubt about it.
They are getting better.
Much improved. Much improved. I'm talking about
that man right there, Chris
the
Wilson.
Patriots defense plays for the
He's
Razorbacks
doing a pretty good job.
when you compare them to Notre Dame.
Especially the fact that Cam Ball was out
Yes.
and David Oakey's out for the season.
Yes. We're down our 2 best defensive players.
Philip Lee didn't play.
No.
I don't know why. We were playing all that 3-man front.
Yeah.
I guess is why Philip Lee didn't play. But I think they'll have to, especially if Ball's going to be out anymore. I'm hoping he's going to play
Denver
Saturday.
Broncos defense is on the Arkansas Razorbacks when you compare them to Notre Dame.
All right, keep reading your Bobby.
So everybody
The
who's
president notes.
well, our defense can't get better under Bobby. Bobby has made our
Here, I'm
defense
gonna play Xbox while you do this.
infinitely better. Okay, so here's the thing: the coaching carousel is more active than it's ever been since I've seen it, and it's only gonna get even crazier towards the end of the season. Bigger and better programs, they're going to have first take. Make no mistake. And per usual, Arkansas is going to be left out for scraps. Okay? So
I don't think we're going to get scraps.
we got to be realistic here. There are 8 Power 4 job openings, and more certainly are going to come. Right now, there's 3 jobs that are better than Arkansas, and it's looking like Auburn is going to be open and Texas is going to be open at the end of the season too. Assuming those 2 do, you've got Texas, Florida, LSU, Auburn, Penn State, and maybe Ole Miss if Florida has their way. All right. So that takes the best coaches out of the equation. I'm still taking Bobby over these group of 5 coaches like Golish and Summerall.
Ole Miss is a better job than Arkansas, is what you're saying.
No, I don't. But I'm saying it's going to be open up and it's competitive. It's neck and neck. I mean, I still believe that Arkansas is right over. I think Ole Miss's donors are more active. I think Arkansas's got one of the worst donor fan bases right now in college football. So anyways,
you haven't won me over yet.
I'm taking him over coaches like Golish, Summerall. I'm taking him over Lashley. Let's get real. Arkansas has been terrible for the better part of a decade. And although I'm certainly not saying let's accept it, not do anything about it, and just wallow in it, here's what I'm saying. The last time Arkansas had a double-digit win season was 2011. Under guess who? Bobby Petrino. All right? Only 3 Arkansas head coaches. Quit reading my notes. You got to listen to them as they're coming out. Only 3 Arkansas head coaches have won back-to-back double-digit win seasons. 3. Bobby Petrino in 2010 and 2011. Were one of 3 in program history. Before him, Ken Hatfield, 1988, 1989. Before him, Frank Broyles in 1964. We won a national championship that season. 1965. So with 32 head coaches in a span of over 130 years, Bobby Petrino did what only 3 coaches could do. He's gotten it done. I think he can still get it done.
Okay. So up until you said that last point, basically what you were saying, though, is that we've got to take Petrino because there won't be nothing left. But you did end it well. You made a compelling argument with the only one of 3 men in the history of Razorback football to win back-to-back.
One of 3.
Double digits.
130 seasons
I would have guessed Nutt had done it, but I guess he didn't.
He only won 1 double-digit win.
He only had 1 10-win
Yeah,
season?
he went 10 and something. He went 9 and 4. Let me bring that back up again because
I know his first year he won 10.
Lou Holt surprised me. I thought he would have done it, but he almost did. He had a double-digit, then he went 9 and 4, then he went
now, one of the
double-digit
things
again.
is they played fewer games back then, too.
Yeah.
So that kind of.
Yeah, Hugo Bezdek didn't play but 8 or like 12 games a season or whatever.
No, they played like
or
8.
I mean,
back in his day.
Yeah.
6,
Yeah.
8. In Lou Holt's day, they were only playing 10, maybe 11. In Houston's day, they were playing 12. Now they're playing 14. You know, if you win the SEC championship, you're playing 14 before you even start the playoffs. You know.
Yeah, Lou Holtz, they played 12 during his day. So yeah, he went 11-1,
He
9-2,
had
10-2,
multiple,
almost.
but not back to back.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. So
Nutt did win multiple 10-game seasons. Didn't
nope,
he?
just
not
one.
back to back.
No, 9-3, 9-5, 10-4 was his best. He only won 10.
He won 9 several times.
Yeah.
So, what, 3, 4 times?
Yep.
So. He was a good coach. People
Let's look at that.
just now.
10-3, 11-2, and then 4-8, and then 3-9, and we've just been abysmal ever since. So that's my argument. I'm not. It's not one that's. Although yes, we're not going to get the best coaches. We're not getting James Franklin. We're not getting Brian Kelly if Penn State wants him. There's too many better programs right now. But that's not my argument.
So
my argument is Bobby Petrino's good enough to do it.
All right, let me ask you this: what if James Franklin says, "No, I want the Arkansas job. I don't want the Florida job. I don't want the LSU job. I want Arkansas."
Then he hit his head, and I don't want him because he's stupid. We're not going to give him enough money. We're not giving him more money than Auburn or Florida.
All right,
or
let's take something into consideration. Didn't we both agree a while ago that Lane Kiffin, if he was smart, would stay at Ole Miss because you have the ability to do that, but you don't have the pressure to win?
Lane Kiffin.
What if James Franklin, because James Franklin just left a place like LSU, like Auburn, like Florida, who thinks if you don't win the Natty in,
3 years, 4 years,
but I mean, he was there 12 years,
Yeah,
so but he left a place that it's like Natty or bust.
Mm-hmm.
He may be thinking, hey, look what Vanderbilt's doing. Look what A&M's doing. Look what Ole Miss is doing.
He did it at Vanderbilt,
I could go to Arkansas, have the same revenue sharing, have the same opportunity. I think I'm a better coach than who they've had in the past. I think I'm a better recruiter because, I mean, he's an alpha man. He thinks he's the best there is, just like Bobby does, just like Lane does, just like any of those top guys does. Now, Sam didn't. He was just glad to be here.
Sam was living on cloud 9.
But
love Pittman.
But what if Franklin is like, no, I want the Arkansas job? Do you take him above Bobby Petrino?
Lane Kiffin should stay at Ole Miss if they can get within $5 million of whatever the next school's offering.
$5 million?
If you're making 55
a year?
No, holy cow, no,
total in his contract.
If Florida is paying him 75 and Ole Miss is offering 70,
if Florida says we'll pay you 10 and Ole Miss is like we can pay you 9, you're saying stay at Ole Miss.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Because
not if they say 10 and Ole Miss has 5.
No, that's insane.
Right,
I'm saying Florida's like, we'll give you $75 million. Ole Miss is like, we'll give you 70. I would say I'd take the headache out of it, and I mean $70 million. You can do a lot with $70 million. An extra 5 on top's good, but he should stay because Ole Miss should not expect anything from Lane Kiffin other than winning more than 8 games a season.
Part of that is state income tax too. Is state income tax a lot lower in Mississippi than it is Florida? I don't know.
Yes.
If it is, then you figure that in as extra income too.
Absolutely.
So 70 in Mississippi may be greater than 75 in Florida.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Florida's a pretty conservative state,
Yeah.
so it may not be the case. But I'd say the cost of living is definitely more in Florida than it is
No doubt about
Mississippi. But
Yeah.
I don't know where Lane Kiffin lives.
I'm sure he lives in Oxford in one of
he's
the nice
probably
houses.
He's probably got an apartment or a coach's house, but I think he's got his main residence is somewhere else.
I have no idea. He looks like it's in Florida. I mean, he
he
looks like a Florida guy. That's why Florida makes so much sense to me.
Back to my question.
I hear you.
We're talking about James Franklin. Talking about Arkansas.
Yes. A place that I
he's
love.
like,
My favorite school.
I want to come. Do you take him over Bobby Petrino? Because I would at this point. If Bobby was winning these games and the team was I know these ain't technically his players, although he's got 2 years of recruiting in this. This is his offense. Because you can't go back to, it's not the old days where you have a team for 4 years. You have a new team every year nowadays.
Yep.
This is his team, although it's not his defense. But Bobby's never had a defense.
Here's my thing.
I would take James Franklin over Bobby Petrino, but I don't know who else I would take over him.
Here's the deal. Arkansas, the reason in a perfect world, if James Franklin's just like, no, I'll take an insane pay cut to go to Arkansas. Arkansas,
why are you saying an insane pay cut?
Because Arkansas's not getting within $10 million of Florida.
I think we are. They're talking about paying the next coach between $10 and $12 million a year.
Who's talking about that?
That's what That's what the scuttlebutt is.
Who's talking about that?
That is what the board of trustee members are floating out there, that we are going to. There is not going to be anybody that is going to be able to just outbid us. We're saying.
I'm high on the Hogs now. This is news to me. Where'd this pot of gold come from?
Okay. So,
where'd this rainbow come from? I ain't never heard of before.
So
I'm thinking we're fisting to pay Bobby Petrino $3 million a year and just hope that he can get it done.
Okay. I'm not saying they're willing to pay Bobby Petrino.
They're not
10 to 12.
They're gonna get it. He's the discount, and we're gonna put all our money into NIL.
Yeah. They're saying for the right coach. They're saying, listen, if you are a big-time coach and it takes $10 to $12 million a year to get you to come here, we're willing to pay it.
Well, come on, Lane Kiffin.
Yeah,
come over to the
Hogs. We
Hogs.
could get Lane if he would come. Now, I don't think Lane would leave Ole Miss to come to Arkansas. I think
Too close.
I think we missed our boat when we wasn't willing to outbid
He's
him.
going to Florida, I think. If he doesn't go to Florida, he's staying at Ole Miss. Let me say that.
So when Hunter Yurchek said what he said at the Touchdown Club, he couldn't come out and say what he needed to say. And so what he said was that the football team is not set up to compete, and he said that Sam Pittman is not set up to compete. And what he was alluding to was the big donors are not willing to pay the money.
Absolutely not.
For Sam
and
Pittman.
I think you have too, and I've certainly said
not the
multiple
University of
times.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the ability, but
the money.
They're not going to give it if Sam is here because he doesn't excite the fan base.
I've said that on multiple accounts. Our donors aren't giving money
and
to
so
someone who's
what they're
not gonna do
saying
nothing with
is
it.
that there are donors that have said if you get the right guy, if you can get the John Calipari like you did in basketball, if you can get that guy, we'll give you the money. And so the pay package that they're proposing for the top tier coach, $10 to $12 million a year.
Arkansas national champions in 4 years. You heard it here first. High on the Hog. We see the future. So what I'm hearing is Nick Saban is coming to coach the Arkansas Razorbacks in 2 years because he was in Fayetteville, and we just apparently just announced we're paying somebody $12 million. Nick Saban. We're high on Hogs. We're happy to have you.
What they're saying is there's no name that we can't get because of money. If you want to come be the Arkansas coach, if you are that top tier.
Landmark back in Arkansas or something? What's going on? Where the money coming from?
It's the Walmarts. It's the J.B. Hunts. It's the Tysons. It's the Landers. It's all those guys.
Stephen Cox. He got some investment money for us.
Cox family, the Jones family. They're saying, if you want to make a run, if you would get, but here's the thing. They're also Hunter Yurchek ain't the guy doing it. Mm-hmm. He's not the guy that's putting all this together.
You know who is?
I mean,
Houston Dale Nutt, and he's coming to be the AD.
I don't know. I love it, but so I'm saying don't shoot too low. Don't settle. Now,
this flips the script. I don't know what to do after this. I don't know what's going on. I'm dead set on Bobby Petrino, but if we got $12 million from a ferry out of nowhere, then hey, let's go get Lane Kiffin. Let's go get
at that kind
Ryan
of money,
Day from Ole Miss.
At that kind of money, nobody is off the table.
Yeah, let's look at the top paid coaches. I know it's going to be like Ohio State.
I mean, you're not going to get Kirby Smart.
No.
You're probably not going to – you couldn't get Mike Elko. That guy's fixing to get the bag.
I don't know if I'd want Mike Elko.
I wouldn't either, but I'm just saying guys that are entrenched, nobody's going to go after Kalen DeBoer at Alabama. Other than that, Ryan Day, they're going to pay him.
I mean, $12 million puts us at just about 2.
That's up there. I'm
that
saying
puts us right at number 2.
That's the top. What is
holy cow,
what's
Kirby.
His name?
Kirby Smart is eating money right now.
They don't have Signetti on there yet.
Kirby Smart's buyout is $105 million.
Yeah.
Oh
Kirby
my
Smart
gosh.
Doesn't have to worry about nothing.
Holy cow.
But you let him go 2-10 next year.
I hope to God that's a 10-year contract.
You let him go 2-10 next year, and somebody at Georgia will want to pay it. But
We're Georgia.
but Arkansas is saying
Wow.
we will pay.
That's $30 million more than the next head
Yeah,
coach.
I mean that puts you behind only Kirby Smart and Ryan Day,
and I mean,
two best coaches in college football right now.
12 and a half. If
Or
you're
at
going
least
if you're going to pay
two most
12,
productive.
what's an extra one? And if you're going to do one,
Well,
what's an extra one and a
there's
half?
nobody-
Let's go to number one.
Yeah, but there's nobody else in the country
No.
that could say we deserve more than Ryan Day or Kirby Smart. Those are
Absolutely
national
not.
Champions.
Absolutely not.
So
That's
so
a lie.
What you're saying is
That's a lie.
anybody else.
I got you a name who was here 2 weeks ago that
Look
deserves
what Bill Belichick
that-
is making at North Carolina to be atrocious.
to go 2-10 every year.
What's his buy?
That's $20 million.
20. They'll probably pay that.
They'll
next
pay
year.
that tomorrow. That's insane. $10 million a year. That's Jimbo Fisher type rigging right there.
I think Drakowitz is going to go to Florida. Maybe Auburn.
I
if
think
it
he's
opens up.
he's out of
I
Missouri.
don't think he'll be at Missouri next year.
If I'm Missouri, I'm not as confident as I am at Ole Miss
Somebody's coming after Heupel,
for keeping.
but I don't think. I think it was like Virginia Tech.
Well, they're not paying him more than Tennessee.
But yeah, it'd be crazy to leave there to go. Dion, he's going to be lucky that he's got that big buyout, or Colorado probably trying to get out of that. Matt Rule's probably going to be the coach at Penn State.
I think it's. I think Brian Kelly ought to. I think that's a match.
I think he'll be in the mix there. Let me ask you this: what about Brian Kelly? If we don't get Franklin, and Brian Kelly wants to be the Arkansas coach, would you take him?
Here's my problem with it. I would take him. I'd take him because he's a good coach. I wouldn't be as excited. I would want to go for someone else because he's not a Southern guy. He doesn't fit the culture
I
at
would
all.
pick Petrino over him,
I would.
but you could do a lot worse than Brian Kelly.
If we hired Brian Kelly, I'd be
He's
like,
just-
"Holy cow,
like
we
you
got a
said,
Brian
he's
Kelly!"
just
But
not a fit in
it
the
just
South.
doesn't make sense.
You know, he needs to be at Penn State, Michigan, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
You know, somewhere like that. Maybe even West Coast. You know, maybe he might be a good fit at UCLA. To be honest with you,
Absolutely.
You know, that might be their next coach.
Yeah.
If I was at UCLA, you could get Brian Kelly on a discount because all you got to do is like pay. You know, I mean, he's got a contract where he has to try to seek employment, and so, but they can structure those things where they're paying so much and he's getting so much from LSU. You get him on a discount, I think he'd be a great fit at UCLA or Stanford for that matter.
$12 million. I don't know where. I know we had money, but $12 million a year for a coach.
That's what the
All right.
scuttlebutt is.
You heard it here first. Nick Saban to Arkansas.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. He was here. He was here for a reason. And
All right, Mississippi State. We gonna beat them guys or what?
Let's get into it. Arkansas versus Mississippi State.
We've went an hour and 2 minutes so far,
and we haven't even
about
talked
this football game.
Should we just cut this now and go film a Mississippi State?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you all for watching. As always, today's episode is sponsored by Shelter Insurance, Dillinger Agency out of Harrisburg, Arkansas.
Licensed in Arkansas, Tennessee, and Missouri. We are your go-to source for auto, home, life, farm, commercial insurance, big truck insurance, grain trucks, sand, gravel, rock, all that stuff. We've got you covered. Life insurance. We can help you get some health insurance. We'll help you. 870-578-5900. You can call that number. You can text that number. I know most people like to text nowadays. You can text me. Text me after hours. I'm probably going to answer it. So hit me up.
Yep. I mean, like, comment, share, subscribe. Comment
All
down
those
below. We lots was talked about today. Comment on the coaching carousel. I'm eager, and I'd like to see y'all's thoughts of who you think Arkansas can get with this newfound money that we just got out of nowhere.
Let's do it.
And what are y'all's thoughts on Bobby Petrino? Did I sway you a little bit with my spiel? Yeah, comment down below. As always, thank you guys for watching. God bless and go Hogs.
Jesus saves.
Woo pig.